Recently, I looked up The Exorcist on Rotten Tomatoes to see what the critic score is, and I was just taken aback when I saw that the movie only has a 78%. Now, to be clear, 78% is not a bad score. That's 3% over 75, 18% over 60, which is the line between fresh and rotten. So The Exorcist has a good score, but not fantastic. And it doesn't make any sense to me that the movie's score is under 80%, because we're not talking about some throwaway streaming flick or a movie that's good but has a lot of flaws. We're talking about a classic, The Exorcist, one of the most famous horror films ever made, one that is absolutely important and influential. Even if The Exorcist isn't your thing, if you're not personally into it as much, that's totally fine, but you can still acknowledge the movie's significance, that it's an iconic classic horror film that absolutely left a mark. And so I think the score on Rotten Tomatoes should easily be above 80%. In fact, I think before the score actually was higher, like 84%, which is better, but me personally, I think that 84% is still a little bit low. I think it should be closer to a 90%, but 78% seems low to me for a film as well known, iconic, influential as The Exorcist. It won several different awards. Actually, I want to look this up here to remember all the details. It Yeah, there was a big conversation around The Exorcist because people were not used to this kind of horror on the big screen, and thus it really scared people a lot. In fact, the rating of the movie ended up being controversial. And then this was the first horror film to ever be nominated for the Academy Award for Best Picture, as well as 9 others. The director of the movie, no, actually, William Peter Blatty did the screenplay for The Exorcist. He won Best Adapted Screenplay. The sound engineers won Best Sound. It's the highest grossing R-rated horror. It was the highest grossing R-rated horror film until it came out in 2017, and it's had a big influence on pop culture. In fact, in 2010, the Library for Congress selected the film for preservation in the U.S. National Film Registry as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. So you can just see here that it made a big splash. I mean, the movie made a ton of money, kind of like Alien, actually, when that came out in 1979. People were not used to this type of horror, to the point where some viewers suffered adverse physical reactions like fainting or vomiting. In fact, this movie is kind of responsible for the X rating being created. And since this movie came out, it's had such a big impact. And so, regardless of how you personally feel about the movie, you can still acknowledge its significance. There's a big difference between saying, hey, this movie isn't for me, or I'm not into it as much, it's not my thing, versus the movie is important. In fact, actually, religious organizations talked a lot about The Exorcist on top of the rating controversy. It really is a big deal, and therefore I think 78% is just low.